Today's reflection is inspired by the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 19, verses 16 to 22. A young man comes to Jesus and asks, "What good thing must I do to gain eternal life?" Jesus first points him to the commandments, but when the young man insists that he has kept them all, Jesus reveals the deeper truth. If you want to be perfect, go, sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me. But the young man, saddened by his many possessions, walks away. At first glance, this story seems to be about wealth, but in the wisdom of the Cabala, we see it as much deeper. It is about attachment. Every soul is born into this world with a specific correction, a tikkun. Some souls must overcome pride, others anger, others fear, and some, like the young man, must learn detachment. The possessions in the story symbolize the ego's attachments: security, reputation, control, comfort. When Jesus invites him to let go, he is not condemning wealth itself, but pointing to the soul's need to free itself from what binds it to the material illusion. In the Cabala, this is the battle between the nefesh, the lower self tied to desire, and the neshama, the higher soul that yearns to reunite with the divine. Eternal life is not merely about going to heaven. It is about uniting the soul with its source. For that union to happen, the soul must be light, unburdened, unattached. Notice, the young man did everything right. He obeyed the commandments, lived morally, and sought truth. But when faced with the ultimate call to let go of the self, he could not. This shows us that the greatest obstacle to spiritual growth is not ignorance, but resistance to surrender. Jesus is teaching us that perfection is not about adding more rules or deeds, but about subtracting the ego's weight. The more we cling, the heavier the soul becomes. The more we release, the freer the soul is to rise. Think about your own life. What is the great possession that holds you back? Is it money, pride, fear of losing control, the need for approval? Each of us has something we cling to, something that feels too hard to surrender. But that is precisely where our correction lies. The wisdom of the Cabala says that when we release attachment, we do not lose, we transform. Matter is elevated into spirit. Wealth becomes generosity. Pain becomes compassion. Even emptiness becomes space for divine presence. So today, the call is clear. Jesus invites you, just as he invited the young man, to let go. Not to lose yourself, but to find your higher self. Not to abandon life, but to live it fully, aligned with eternity. Close your eyes for a moment and ask yourself, what am I afraid to let go of? What possession, what habit, what emotion keeps my soul heavy? Bring it before Jesus. Ask him, give me strength to detach. Teach me to love more than I cling. Help me walk in freedom. Remember, eternal life begins now. Every act of letting go, every moment of surrender, is a step toward the treasure in heaven, a treasure that no moth can destroy, no thief can steal, because it is the treasure of union with God. May we all have the courage to walk the path the young man could not, and may our souls rise lighter, freer, closer to the heart of the divine.